What did you write in the letter?
I'd like my leather jacket back. I'd like my PA. I'd like my stuff back and my truck.
Raymond, you described your mother, who's 96, as someone who has the energy of an 18-year-old. Does she know how to use a phone, cell phone?
She doesn't know how to use a cell phone.
Does she know how to answer a cell phone?
She doesn't answer it anymore. She's got her own ways. She's born in 1927.
How does she communicate with people?
She gets a lot of visitors. She gets
So
my
nothing
cousins
on the phone?
go over there. No.
Nothing on the phone?
No.
Have you ever asked your mom about your stuff?
Yes, she said that I can pick up my stuff anytime I want, and it's here. I've attempted to talk to my brother, and he said, I'm going to put your stuff out on the alleyway. And I said, what's a convenient time for me to pick it up so that I don't get it stolen?
Do you remember that conversation? He's making that up?
I've been busy. I have
You
a
don't
lot
remember?
of things that I did.
You've been busy, so you don't remember? Or do
No,
you not
it's
remember
not.
having a conversation about his stuff and putting it outside for him to pick up?
He approached me in front of my mom's house, but she's got a restraining order. My mom came out, and he had to leave, or I was going to call the cops. I've been fearful of him. He hears voices.
Why does that make
Deal
you
with him.
fearful?
Because before then, I've never seen him in that state. I've heard about it. This was before the restraining order and all that. He started changing. I was scared of him. My mom was telling me that he hit her head to take a cap off of her head, and then he tore some glasses off of her, and he was getting violent. I caught him a few times, inebriated, and he wanted to beat me up. He's even said that he's wanted to kill me at some point in time.
Okay. Do you want to address any of those things?
No, I have not attempted to confront him, and other than him saying all this stuff, I deny all what he's said so far, and he's the one that's violent. He came up to me and shoved his chest at me. I just walked away, and I got on my bicycle and left.
You had a car as well? That's something that you can't just misplace. You said you had a car?
Yeah, he had it towed away. It's still in my name, and he said that my vehicle is on Panama Lane.
Where's the vehicle?
I never had any vehicle towed.
Okay, so you don't know anything about a Ford Ranger?
No, I
You never
don't
had
own
anything
it.
towed away?
He had a Ford Ranger.
Right. Was it at the house?
Yeah, it was there.
You just didn't tow it away, is what you're saying.
No, I didn't tow it away.
So you don't know where it is?
Nope. My mom's the one
Because
that...
it's either you're at the house or your mother's at the house, right?
Right, right.
So your mom or you would see whether things were leaving the house or coming in the house.
Yes.
And you never saw a vehicle, Ford Ranger.
Yeah, they're in the back.
One day you visited and it just was not there?
Yeah.
You never asked any questions about, hey, Mom, where happened to my brother's car?
I asked her.
Okay, we're getting somewhere now. What did she say?
She said she didn't know. It's not a good neighborhood.
So that could have been stolen too?
Yes.
Okay.
There was no locks on the gate, and there was no lock on the garage door.
Do you all have any other questions?
Yeah, Raymond, I want to ask you a question. If your brother asked you to have access to the garage so he can get his property, would you have told him no?
I would have told him no, but he never confronted me.
You would have told him no, he couldn't do it?
I would have told him to go through the proper channels and call the sheriffs and do it so that he wouldn't end up sleeping there again, because the restraining order is still in effect for 5 years.
There's also a stay away, which I assume includes your mother's house.
Yes.
So he has to be 100 yards away from this property.
Yes.
Okay.
We good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to excuse you now while we deliberate in the case. Thank you both very much.
We have deliberated and reached a unanimous verdict. Ultimately, what we concluded is that we as a court do not really have the power to make orders that would resolve the dispute here. We also find that it would be improper to make orders against Raymond because he's not the person here that is controlling the property. He's not the property owner. And though obviously you're helping your mother, he's really not the person who bears ultimate responsibility for this property. What we would suggest is that if you believe there is property that belongs to you, go to the court that issued the restraining order and ask for an exception to be able to go with law enforcement to retrieve any property that's yours. Raymond, we would also suggest make an inventory. This is your brother. We believe you want what's best for him. So figure out what of his stuff is in the garage.
Okay.
You know, it'll facilitate the process. It's not a court order. Our suggestion is to go to the issuing court to ask for an exception to retrieve your property. And so for that reason, the plaintiff's claim is dismissed, and that's the verdict of the court.